afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. 4 more hours of summer left.
Right. Happy fall. What time does fall officially arrive?
8:04, I believe.
8:04
p.m. this evening.
p.m. Yeah,
so it's still summer.
It's getting dark early, though, isn't it?
I know. Yeah.
And there's a chill in the air. It feels pretty good, though.
I like it.
Yeah, I do, too.
Refreshing. We'll get to the weather in just a minute, but first topping our news today, details emerge in the February shooting of Quadron Wilson as an officer from the Department of Justice is charged for his role in the shooting.
The Wisconsin Teachers of the Year were announced in this year's State of Education address.
And Vladimir Putin is facing backlash after announcing a partial mobilization of the Russian military. Nice sunny day out there today.
Oh, great day at the playground.
Yeah, not too hot.
Don't need a jacket yet.
The weather word's staying cool for a while, and Greg is in the backyard as summer slowly fades away.
Yes, and I love this weather right now. It's beautiful outside, really cool right now. Conditions, like I said, quite a bit of drop from yesterday. We saw that also yesterday too, but now it's another 10-degree drop today for most of the locations right now. If you see visible satellite, we had some flat cumulus clouds out there from all the cold air coming down, but that's kind of dried out now. We still got northerly winds at the surface, but they are beginning to lighten up, but you can see the cirrus from out west that's going to begin to push back into our area here overnight and then through tomorrow. So that you can see there. Overall, there's showers are actually way out to the south, so it's going to be still a while till precip comes, but that will be happening. Overall, we're looking at temperatures low to mid 60s overall. As we zoom up into Madison or Dane County area, we're looking at low to mid 60s too, with 63 right now at Madison right now. Overall, we're going to expect we got up to 61, average is 91, and yes, it could still get hot. It was 91 back in 2017, but we're not going to get close to that in the next few days. There's a frost advisory up to the north. We'll get more on board on that. And things to know, once again, chilly tonight, chance of rain coming in through Sunday, and then cool extending next week, and I'll explain more of that in just a little bit in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. An officer with the Wisconsin Department of Justice has been charged for his role in the shooting that injured 38-year-old Quadron Wilson on Madison's Far East Side in early February.
Mark Wagner, a law enforcement officer with the DOJ's Division of Criminal Investigation, is now facing 1 count of second-degree recklessly endangering safety by use of a dangerous weapon. According to details from the criminal complaint filed against him, Wagner, who was carrying a ballistic shield and handgun while approaching Wilson's car, fired 2 rounds at the vehicle. In an interview with investigators, Wagner said he saw Wilson start to move both hands up while Wagner was outside of Wilson's driver's side door. In that interview, Wagner said, quote, "I thought now he has a gun." In response to the charges against Wagner, Attorney General Josh Kaul said in his office will not comment on the facts of the case as it moves through the court system.
Kaul said DOJ will not be weighing in on the facts of this case as it moves through the judicial system in order to avoid having any possible impact on the outcome. He continued, DOJ is evaluating this matter internally and will continue to do so to the extent possible without interfering with the ongoing case. A family at the center of all this has mixed emotions about today's news. Quadron Wilson's father has some strong thoughts about what we learned and what we haven't.
Our Catherine Merck spoke with them today, and she has more on what they want moving forward. Catherine?
Wilson's family told me today they aren't satisfied with just 1 agent being charged. They still have a lot of questions, too. Why was Quadron pulled over in the first place? Why is only 1 man charged when more than 1 agent was involved? Why did these charges take place nearly 8 months after the incident happened? These questions are driving the family forward, happy for the progress, but acknowledging what we still need to know.
Even though this is some semblance of a victory, it's not a complete victory as a whole.
I'm glad that justice is finally starting to prevail, but it's just starting. There's a lot to know, there's a lot to learn, so this will never happen again.
Outside of the Dane County Courthouse today, the family told me about several other concerns, specifically with the district attorney's office. I asked the Dane County DA's office if anyone would be able to speak to us about the case other than what we've been given so far. The department told me it can't comment on an open investigation like this one.
Catherine, thank you for the update. A 4-year-old died yesterday after being hit by a vehicle on a Columbia County roadway. The child had been riding on a farm wagon and had jumped off onto the roadway. The child was then hit by a passing vehicle. Emergency crews responded shortly shortly before 5:15 in the afternoon and tried life-saving measures, but they were unsuccessful. Authorities said the driver who hit the child was a 47-year-old woman from Partyville. She cooperated with investigators at the scene.
2 people were killed and 2 others were hurt in a 3-vehicle crash near Marshall last night. The crash happened just before 8 p.m. near State Highway 19 and County Highway TT. A vehicle was heading west on 19 and was trying to turn south onto TT when another vehicle rear-ended it. That crash pushed the first vehicle into the eastbound lane of 19, where a 3rd vehicle hit it. The driver and passenger in the first vehicle died at the scene. The drivers of the other 2 vehicles were taken to hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries.
State authorities have canceled an Amber Alert for a 17-year-old girl from Madison after law enforcement found her safe today. Officials had been searching for her since this morning when Lanaya Hampton's mother called police saying the girl was potentially in imminent danger. Police said they believe the girl was with a 36-year-old Paul Williams III. Williams has a warrant out for his arrest, and police are still looking for him in connection with Hampton's disappearance.
Teacher of the Year awards were handed out today at the State of Education address in the Rotunda. Jill Underly, the state superintendent of public instruction, talked about the need for school funding to invest in the future of Wisconsin and close the achievement gap. She also discussed the importance of celebrating public schools and teachers each and every day.
Public schools can and should be a celebration of teaching and learning, and they are, despite all the challenges. Educators have persevered because you've had to, and because you know that your work matters in the lives of your students, our children.
The Teacher of the Year recipients were Dustin Anderson, an art teacher from Wisconsin Rapids, Peg Billing, a library media specialist from Minocqua, Lori Dans, a biology teacher from Superior, Sarah Copland, a geography teacher from Shorewood, and Kaylee Heidemann, a school counselor from Oshkosh. Congratulations to all of them. Russian President Vladimir Putin is facing backlash at the United Nations over his war in Ukraine.
He's also facing backlash at home after ordering a partial mobilization of thousands of reservists to fight in Ukraine.
Deborah Alfarone has more from Washington.
Because if Russia stops fighting, the war ends. If Ukraine stops fighting, Ukraine ends.
Before the United Nations Security Council, the U.S. Secretary of State slammed Russia's war on Ukraine and Russian President Vladimir Putin's order to mobilize thousands of reserve fighters.
That President Putin picked this week, as most of the world gathers at the United Nations, to add fuel to the fire that he started, shows his utter contempt for the UN Charter, for the General Assembly, and for this council.
In Russia, protests broke out against Putin's order. Cars with those hoping to flee have surged at the border with Finland, and prices for flights, many sold out, have skyrocketed.
I feel that not really lots of Russian people want to fight.
Putin's announcement to call up more troops follows heavy military losses in Ukraine. He also said he'll use all available means to protect Russia, adding, quote, "Those who try to blackmail us with nuclear weapons should know that the wind can turn their way." After Mr. Putin's address, Russian separatists abruptly released several prisoners of war, including 2 U.S. military veterans from Alabama.
I'm hoping within the next week or 2 that they could be back on Alabama soil.
Their release comes as Ukraine's president said hundreds of detained Ukrainians were also freed in a prisoner swap. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
And in a taped address to the UN Wednesday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called for a special tribunal to investigate and punish Russia.
He also said it's time for Russia to be recognized as a state sponsor of terrorism, something that President Biden has previously said he's against.
A 3-judge panel on the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled in favor of the U.S. government in its criminal probe of former President Trump's handling of government records. The 3-judge appellate court panel with 2 Trump appointees ruled that the FBI does not need to turn over documents with classified markings to the special master for his review, and that FBI agents can regain access to those documents as part of the criminal probe into the handling of government records. Trump told Fox News yesterday there's no process to declassify the material.
If you're the president of the United States, you can declassify just by saying it's declassified, even by thinking about it.
The judge wrote that the declassification argument is a red herring because declassifying an official document would not change its content nor render it personal. The Trump legal team can appeal the three-judge panel's ruling to either the full 11th Circuit Court of Appeals or even to the Supreme Court.
Hurricane Fiona picks up steam as it heads towards Bermuda, while in Puerto Rico, thousands still are without electricity and water after the storm wreaked havoc in the Caribbean. With hundreds of thousands of residents without access to clean water, 4 days after the storm hit, the U.S. military helped distribute bottled water to victims. President Biden declared a major disaster in Puerto Rico and was briefed about relief efforts today.
I'm here because we're laser focused on what's happening to the people of Puerto Rico again. We'll do everything we can to meet the urgent needs you have, and we know they're real and they're significant.
Much of Puerto Rico is still recovering from Hurricane Maria. Thousands of homes, roads, and recreational areas have yet to be fixed. The National Hurricane Center says Fiona is forecast to pass near Bermuda by early Friday and then hit eastern Canada this weekend.
When we come back, we're heading to the big top at the Circus World Museum circa 1990.
We'll meet the singing Ringmaster in our Traveler Throwback Thursday. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4. Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Everything seems to be getting more and more expensive these days. And it's the same for your heating bills. Since it will cost more to heat your home this winter, USA Insulation wants to give you control over your utility bills. Our premium injection foam keeps the cold outside and your warm, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs. Call now before winter and get a $500 early bird discount.
USA Insulation. Lean back and save at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, or office chairs and get up to $1,500 credit towards the purchase of more. Or save $400 on stressless signature-based recliners and ottomans and motorized classic power recliners. Don't wait. Take the opportunity to fill your home with stressless comfort for less. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Now is the time to switch to Spectrum Internet. America's leading internet provider just got even faster, with speeds now starting at 300 megabits per second. Faster speeds to game, faster speeds to stream, faster speeds to work or learn from home. All with 99.9% network reliability. Get Spectrum Internet for just $49.99 a month, plus a free modem and free online security software. Call 877-906-9192. Add advanced Wi-Fi to get enhanced security for your home network, automatically blocking outside threats to your devices. If it's connected, it's protected. So no matter what you do online, you can do it faster, safer, and more reliably with Spectrum. Now is the time to switch. Get Spectrum Internet with faster speeds for the same great price. Just $49.99 a month with starting speeds of 300 megabits per second. Visit Spectrum.com to find out more or call 877-906-9192.
Love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads. Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing or get $1,200 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
All right, it's only the first day of fall, but you know the holidays are right around
Halloween
the corner.
first.
Right. Walmart is getting ready for the end of the year holidays.
The retailer says it'll start offering major discounts on popular items like toys, electronics, and home decor in October. Officials also say they've increased their supplies of usual hot sellers like TVs, phones, and furniture. Walmart hasn't given details on how big the sales will be or how they'll compare to last year. Some analysts say Walmart's earlier than usual holiday sales will likely cause other retailers to do the same.
The U.S. Army is working to improve how it handles sexual assault and harassment. Under Secretary of the Army Gabe Camarillo says the military branch has implemented most of the recommendations from the 2020 Fort Hood report. The report was ordered after the death of several people on base, including 20-year-old soldier Vanessa Guillen. It found that Army investigators tasked with reviewing complex crimes were inexperienced, overwhelmed, and understaffed. In response, it removed commanders from making decisions related to the prosecution of certain crimes like rape and sexual assault.
Stocks fell for a third day as investors maul the latest interest rate hike. The Dow Industrials lost 107 points, closing at 30,076. The NASDAQ gave up another 153 points, and the S&P 500 was off 31.
Well, it's time for this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday, and today we head to the Circus World Museum in Baraboo.
It was 1990, and we wanted to check out the new singing Ringmaster. Let's throw it back.
It is almost showtime at the Circus World Museum. This is one of the largest circus museums in the country, and part of what goes on here is a real live circus performance. Twice a day, the crowds pour into the big top, and that's when David Saludos goes to work. David Saludos is this circus's ringmaster.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages.
But he isn't just any ringmaster. David is a singing ringmaster.
Join the circus like you wanted to when you were a kid. Climb on board before it moves on, and you'll thank your lucky stars you did.
But singing ringmasters go way back in circus history. It's something that kind of fell by the wayside when the shows got real big around the 1890s turn of the century. The shows got so huge, and of course that was the day before any amplifiers or public address systems. So the singing ringmaster kind of went by the wayside, and it was just a ringmaster with a big voice bellowing out the acts.
The only George Beretta.
David has been singing and performing all his life, but he's never done anything like this before.
It is a very unique position. There aren't a lot of people that do it, and about the only way you can learn it is to actually do it. And this is the place where I learned it.
Now, Happy, I told you you couldn't have a fire there.
For the most part, I think people are pleased with it, particularly the finale production with all the red, white, and blue. That seems to stir people.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave.
What kind of career advancement is there for a singing ringmaster?
This is about it, unless Kenneth Feld comes here and takes me off to the Ringling show. But this is where I like to be.
And may all your days be circus days.
Traveling in Baraboo, I'm Mark Kane, WISC News 3.
Fast forward 32 years, and look who we found. Dave Saludos, retired from his ringmaster duties just last month, but is still active in the Circus World Museum. Great to see you again.
You
Great
two
to
look
see both of
exactly
you.
the same.
Seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
You lost the mustache.
I did. First thing when you end the season, off goes the mustache.
So this was your last season?
This was my last season as ringmaster.
But you're still working at the museum?
Yep. I still work on performance and marketing.
Do you miss it?
And whatever comes up.
Because you retired relatively recently.
Right. I just
last month.
Yeah. August 28th was my last performance. So I'm not ready to miss it. Next spring, I'll probably miss it.
Yeah, right.
But,
it's still a little fresh.
Yeah, but I'll still be there and working to make the big top happen.
Lots of memories over those years. Anything really stand out?
Oh my goodness. There's an awful lot of things that have happened.
It's like a circus over there.
It is constantly, yeah. But I worked with some of the greatest acts and some of the greatest people and animals on the face of the earth.
And is it still thriving today? I mean, it's still drawing a lot of crowds.
It's still drawing big crowds, and the future is bright. Circus schools are popping up all across the nation, and we've got plans at Circus World that were just announced for a year-round performance center and a circus school, and there's a lot in the future. So
circuses are still pretty big around the country.
They are, yes. And in Europe, it's on a class with the opera. People dress up in tuxes to go to the circus.
Oh. And dress up like this.
That's
well, glad you're still around. Glad you're still working at the museum, and you might have to fill in, once in a while.
You never know.
Yeah. Keep the outfit ready.
You betcha, Mark.
Dave, great to see you.
It was great to see you.
Seems like yesterday.
Yeah, it sure does.
All right, fun. Good to see you, sir. Well, it was a rough summer for airline travelers.
Will things improve as we move into the fall and the holidays? We'll find out from CBS correspondent Wendy Gillette coming up after Greg's first day of autumn forecast.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. You also earn fuel points on every purchase to save big at the pump. Pick and Save Fresh Perks. All you do is win big, big savings. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
If you have advanced non-small cell lung cancer, your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Together, Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system launch a response that fights cancer in 2 different ways. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more time together, more family time, more time to remember. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about the combination of 2 immunotherapies, Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
Joe Biden on Medicare for All.
It's going to raise taxes on middle-class people.
Medicare for All would double your income taxes, ban employer-provided and union health plans, and bankrupt Medicare for seniors. Mandela Barnes still supports Bernie Sanders' socialist takeover of your health care.
Medicare for All is the easiest way to get us to universal health care.
Mandela Barnes, more liberal than Joe Biden, way too liberal for Wisconsin.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you get in our stores. So start your cart today. Wherever. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Well, take a look at this. Firefighters in Pasadena, California had their work cut out for them when they were tapped to rescue a pup that had gotten a little too curious. Caesar, a 13-year-old blind dog, had wandered onto a construction site near his home and fell down a 15-foot hole. Rescue crews were able to lower a team member down and bring up the four-legged adventurer up to safety. Luckily, Caesar was uninjured. There
wow,
he is.
Thank goodness.
Poor guy, blind dog, doesn't know what's going on. Good for him. I'm glad he's good.
Well, that's good.
Refreshing walk with the dogs this morning.
Compared to yesterday when you were complaining about the suffocation?
Yes. I like it.
I love it. It's going to be like this, and the thing is, the extended, it's not going to change either. So that's good. So I'll have more details come up here in a little bit.
Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs starting under $40. Progressives, 2 pairs start under $80. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
No matter who you are, being yourself can be tough when you have severe asthma. Triggers can pop up out of nowhere, causing inflammation that can lead to asthma attacks. But no matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over that proactively reduces inflammation, which means you could have fewer attacks, breathe better, and relieve your asthma symptoms. So you can be you, whoever you are. Tespire is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions like rash or an eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. By helping control your asthma, Tespire can help you be you. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back, invest in our own workers, and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle-class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
How do we make your glasses the same day? It's all done in store. Our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish, getting them back the same day. Quality, affordable glasses made in store, only at iMart Express.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, kind of an update on Category now 4 Fiona right now. It's sitting at about 130 miles per hour. It's still the same path. It's going to be Bermuda, and then it's going to become quite a powerful system to hit the Canadian Maritimes. Actually, going to be as it gets extratropical, you can see there. We got Gaston to the east, and then there's something that's going to be not much of an issue right now, but in a week, we'll see what happens when it may enter the Gulf. So that's something down the road. But for us, you can kind of note where the cold front kind of came through because the temperature difference is quite drastic as you get down toward there. The front actually is slidden all the way down to the south. That's about where it's going to end up and stalled out because it can't quite make it that far south this time of the year. Over us, we're going to see that northerly flow beginning to push, beginning to slow down. As that's your system out to the west beginning to approach, it's starting to eject out of the Great Basin up to the northern plains with rain, precipitation, clouds beginning to push up our way. It's going to take probably another 24 hours to really get here. Otherwise, locally, we've got the winds starting to turn around from the north. Future track, as you saw, we zoom out. We can see the winds tonight are going to start turning back around. That's your first rain chance coming here for tomorrow afternoon. As clouds increase, we'll see the temperatures come up a little bit. That'll come through about 2 to 4, and then we have another one come through overnight Friday as now the system pushes east, and then by Saturday we're going to get kind of this wraparound flow with the low to the north. That'll keep the precip chances going for Saturday, and cloudy conditions and probably windy conditions for Sunday, but it's not an all-day rain event any way of stretch. Right now we can see tonight the temperatures are going to be dropping off fairly good. You can see it already. We should be in the mid-40s by 2, and then we'll be upper 30s in some areas to low 40s depending on where you are. And there is a frost advisory to go up to Juneau and Adams County for areas up there that could get to 32 to 35 tonight. So it is going to be quite chilly out there. Temperatures will start improving it towards the morning hours to the southwest. Winds will start picking up. Cloud cover starts coming in. Temperatures overall tomorrow will probably be about similar here. Maybe a little cooler out west as the clouds start to increase and the rain chances come in. That's about 3 to 4 in the afternoon. That comes across, so high school football may see a light shower here and there. And then we're going to see a next band, which is more widespread. That'll be more Saturday night, so that'll be your next shot of rain. But the good news is Saturday night will be low to mid 50s instead of the low to mid 40s that we're seeing tonight too. Then Sunday, once we get through Saturday, more showers, and then Sunday, like I said, could be wind. So for tonight, we're looking at temperatures in the low 40s, upper 30s, mid 30s. Some of the colder spots could hit 32 to 35, but as you get further southwest, the winds start turning around like in Prairie du Chien, so they're looking at more mid 40s than what we'll see. So tomorrow, once again, we're looking at 61 degrees here, cooler out to the west because the rain's going to start coming in the cloud cover. And then as we get closer to Sunday, that's going to be a windy day out of northerly winds. We're going to drop the temperature back down to around 60 for Tuesday, Wednesday. And then it looks quiet, and then a slow increase in temperatures back to where we should be, which is about upper 60s by the end of next week. But there's no sign of any heat anytime soon.
Well, there's still some 70s, though, on your extended forecast.
They're there.
Way out there, yeah.
Well, all right, Greg, thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Well, travel demand was sky high this summer, so high the supply couldn't keep up, leading to flight cancellations, delays, and service issues around the world. What's next for this fall and the holidays?
CBS correspondent Wendy Gillette joined us earlier from Riviera Maya, Mexico, which is near Cancun, with what you can expect in the coming months.
The good news is travel is booming again after the pandemic, which is going to help out many different industries. The bad news, all of those supply issues we've seen over the past few months are not going away anytime soon.
All summer long, this was a familiar travel tale.
Our flight was canceled.
A combination of increased demand, staffing shortages, and severe weather led to more than 50,000 flight cancellations in the U.S. and around 500,000 delays between Memorial Day and Labor Day, according to FlightAware. Almost 1 in 4 U.S. flights were late. The CEO of the luxury travel network Virtuoso expects more of the same as airlines work to staff up to meet demand.
I think the travel surge is here to stay for quite some time because nothing motivates people like having something taken away they took for granted.
His advice, plan earlier, especially at busy times of the year.
When should you start your holiday planning? Last year. No, I mean, I'm only being half funny about this because people are booking things a year, 6 months in advance.
America's most visited cities are benefiting from the boom.
Here in Las Vegas, tourism is rebounding, but has still not reached pre-pandemic levels.
Domestic tourists, it's back to those levels already. Groups right now are at about 90% of the pre-pandemic levels, and international tourists are maybe at 90%.
Overseas, the general manager of the Sofitel Rome Villa Borghese, where we stayed at a reduced rate, says occupancy spiked as high as 80% this summer. He saw guests book stays with little advance notice, jumping on whatever was available, no matter the price.
The craziness of summer 2022 will probably disappear, and we will go back to a normal, traditional lead time, which means 2 to 3 months.
One trend that is expected to persist, longer trips, as more tourists pair remote work with travel.
The head of Virtuoso also predicts that prices, we've seen those rising prices because of inflation and more demand, are not going down, especially when the Chinese are allowed to travel again internationally. They used to be the world's top tourism spenders. Mark and Susan?
You're in the Cancun area right now. What's the situation there?
Well, tourism's very strong this year, most of it fueled by Americans. This year, in the first 6 months, tourism is up 10% compared to 2019 before the pandemic. And here in the Mayakoba area, which is made up of 4 hotels, Fairmont, Banyan Tree, Rosewood, and Andaz, the numbers in the fourth quarter are predicted to break records.
Wow, and if you're planning a trip over the holidays, maybe over the winter, and you haven't booked it yet, what should you do?
Well, the experts say book now, book immediately as soon as you can figure out your plans, because airfares are going to rise, especially by mid-October. And if you're going to fly, you should try to book on days when other people are not flying, like Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve.
Good advice as usual. Enjoy the sunshine down in Mexico. We'll see you soon, Wendy.
All right, thanks.
What an assignment.
I'm going to Crandon tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right.
Driving. Coming up next on Live at 4, Brady Mallory tells us all about the first all-female patrol in Madison police history.
And then at 5, we go further in depth on the Quadrin Wilson shooting. We'll talk to Wilson's attorney coming up at 5.
Ashley's Fall Scratch-Off promotion is happening now. Come in now for your scratch card that could be worth up to $5,000. Plus, get 78% off clearance items. Plus, 60-month special financing. Plus, doorbuster deals. Plus, fast delivery. Don't miss these savings. Ashley.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh local Medicare. Hey, Joe, are you behind this whole check your zip code deal on national TV for extra Medicare benefits?
I don't know. Check your zip code.
Why would I check my zip code?
Because you're in it.
So we get a lot of calls about that guy. It's sad because your local Medicare plans already have those bells and whistles Joe promises.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Energy is everywhere, even in a little seedling, which, when turned into fuel, can help power a plane. At Chevron's El Segundo refinery, we're looking to turn plant-based oil into renewable gasoline, jet, and diesel fuels. Our planet offers countless sources of energy, but it's only human to find the ones that could power a better future.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Ashley is Wisconsin's largest mattress retailer, and their fall scratch-off promotion is happening now. Come in now for a scratch card worth up to $5,000, plus $400 off any size Purple Plus mattress. Like this Purple Plus Queen, only $14.99. Don't miss these mattress savings. Ashley.
New at 5, the family of Quadrin Wilson reacts to the arrest of an agent involved in the shooting. We ask what they hope to see come of this development.
The direct rays of the sun cross the equator at 8:04 p.m., marking the beginning of fall. Temperatures will feel like the head of the season, with cool weather expected through much of next week. I'll let you know when the best chances for rain will be at 5.
And ahead at 6, an agent being charged in a shooting is rare. We investigate the reason and the legal arguments tonight at 6.
We give the old weather satellite a spin. We end up in Philly.
City of brotherly love.
That's, your mother's from there, right?
Yeah, both of my parents are Philadelphia.
Oh, are they?
Yes, they are. I still have a lot of relatives there. It's a nice day, 69 degrees.
Probably grown up since they were there.
Yeah, just a tad.
Never been. I got to go sometime. Well, underrepresentation of women in policing undermines public safety. That's according to research from a coalition that aims to put more women behind the badge.
The Madison Police Department is part of this movement, and it has a big goal to bring in more women. As you're about to see, MPD is giving us a better look at what it pictures for its future.
Our Brady Mallory has the story.
5 Adam 2.
Morning, I'll be in squad 1928.
Whenever Officer Caitlin Schaefer is behind the wheel, she remembers the driving force that got her into law enforcement.
I was really interested in investigating crimes, the crime shows, everything.
Recently, the Madison Police Department highlighted Schaefer and some of her female colleagues. The department tweeted this photo and wrote, "How cool is this? We recently had an entire West night shift that was all female."
That was just a really, really cool experience. Super fun to see a girl crew.
You may ask, what's the big deal? Even now, policing is still largely a man's world. According to 30 by 30, an initiative to advance women in policing, women make up just 12% of the law enforcement officers in the country.
I think it's important for a department to represent their community, and that also means having more women on the department.
MPD beats that national trend by more than double, with women making up 28% of the force. MPD wants to build on that and has a goal to boost that number to 30% by 2030.
And we're well on our way. I think we place an emphasis on diversity in that respect because we know that not every officer handles calls the same way. And so we work really hard at coming up with different ways to solve problems.
Beckett says MPD works to create a supportive and inclusive environment to recruit and keep women on the force, which helps with certain cases. 30 by 30 says research shows female officers have better outcomes for crime victims, especially in sexual assault cases. Schaefer has seen that firsthand.
I feel like as a female, I've been able to almost connect more with female victims and making them feel comfortable and kind of giving them their space and time for them to open up and tell their story.
Though statistically, the number of men on the force far outweighs the number of women, Beckett credits other female officers who have mentored her as she's climbed the ranks. And she wants to do the same.
I'm continuing a journey that all of the brave women before me paved back when they couldn't do half the stuff that we do now without a fight. We're planting trees we'll never climb.
Which brings us back to this photo of the all-female patrol. It's just a snapshot of one night, but Schaefer hopes it helps develop more opportunities for any woman who wants to sit in this driver's seat.
My advice to her would be to do it, because if you have a goal, if you have a dream, you can work towards it and it's possible.
Brady Mallory reporting. Pew Research shows there are a few reasons for low national rates of women police officers.
They include stereotypes about the profession, the demands of training, patterns of sexism and harassment, and the perpetual lack of women to serve as mentors.
When we come back, we have a story of a Ukrainian chef who's following his dream.
Forced to close his restaurant in his homeland, he's starting over in New York. His story when Live at 4 continues.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, you can get a Beauty Rest Queen mattress for only $449, or get $200 in Steinhoffels cash when you upgrade to the redesigned Beauty Rest Black. More luxurious and comfortable than ever. And with Steinhoffels special financing, your mattress just got more affordable. Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep? Relax. It's Steinhoffels.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that.
Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. It's bone chilling.
There's no need to be afraid of old windows. Just call Feldco for 50% off.
It's the biggest sale of the season. 50% off Feldco windows, plus no interest until 2024.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Joe Biden on Medicare for All.
It's going to raise taxes on middle-class people.
Medicare for All would double your income taxes, ban employer-provided and union health plans, and bankrupt Medicare for seniors. Mandela Barnes still supports Bernie Sanders' socialist takeover of your health care.
Medicare for All is the easiest way to get us to universal health care.
Mandela Barnes, more liberal than Joe Biden, way too liberal for Wisconsin.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Yeah, well, actually, it looks like we do have an incident really on the Beltline. We're starting to see traffic back up pretty much Southtown Drive. There was an incident there, and I think we're starting to see more ripple effects throughout the whole Beltline in the south end. So if you're on that area, just take caution or try a different route, but it is getting packed in that area. You zoom in right there, and that's where it was. About 20 minutes ago, they had something going on there, and otherwise, you're starting to see stuff kind of ripple all the way throughout. Otherwise, you go down to Janesville, an area, everything's looking good on interstate going upwards, and then if you want the wide view, everything else is looking good too. But just a reminder, if you're on the south side, 1218 near the Southtown Drive, they do have an incident, and it is beginning to back up quite a bit on the Beltline now.
Okay, thank you, Greg. From our It's Never Too Late department, a 90-year-old woman in Mississippi got a wish fulfilled with the help of her nursing home by earning an honorary GED. Eloise Lewis dropped out of school in the 10th grade. Looking back on her 90 years, she said the one thing she wished she had done was finish high school. The staff at the nursing home worked to make that happen.
I love that. Better late than never.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Well, this is a story of a Ukrainian chef and his fight to follow his dream. Chef Meraldi Dilbazi was forced to close the doors of his newly opened restaurant in Kyiv after the Russians invaded his country.
But recently, he was able to feel inspired again thousands of miles away at a restaurant in Brooklyn. Elaine Quijano caught up with the chef and learned about his journey back to creativity in the kitchen.
At this farmer's market in New York City, Chef Meraldi Dilbazi marveled at America's bounty. The types of produce he's seeing here for the first time will serve as inspiration for his passion, cooking.
I'm not a good artist, but I'm not bad cook, so...
Dilbazi is from Ukraine, and while he may not consider himself an artist, his creativity in the kitchen allowed him to fulfill a lifelong dream last year. In late 2021, despite a host of pandemic-induced challenges, he opened Meraldi, his fine dining restaurant in the capital city of Kyiv. 4 months later, Russia invaded Ukraine.
What did you think when you first learned about the Russian invasion?
Life changed because it was your dream about restaurants cancelled in one second.
You felt like your dream was over.
Yes, I felt like this.
He and his general manager, Olena Lusecka, made the agonizing decision to leave Ukraine and travel to Germany.
I never faced the situation when in your life the war happened. And what should we do to move on, to continue?
The war forced the restaurant to close temporarily. Its pantry then served a different purpose.
One CDP chef started to cook for Ukrainian military, use all our products which we have in the fridge.
Dilbazi and Lusecka now find themselves across the world, thanks to a food critic and fan who introduced them to this Brooklyn restaurant. Through September, they'll oversee the menu and staff at Fulgurant's Laundromat, where the green facade is just as vibrant as the ideas of its residents. Though the sign may suggest otherwise, this is a place where rising chefs are invited to take over for a period of time, implementing their own unique visions, much in the same way owner Hugo Ivernat reimagined the storefront itself.
What is your mission with this restaurant?
The whole idea for them is to have a space where they can create their own menu, find their own identity. So for us, it's like learning a lot of different food without changing restaurants.
What is your hope in bringing a Ukrainian chef here to Brooklyn?
If Mirali is able to do what he loves to do, even if it's not in Ukraine but somewhere else, and we can help him achieve that, I think this is the first step.
Delbazi's restaurant back home is open once again, operating with a limited bistro menu, but he's been able to recreate his fine dining operation here with a menu of dishes they served in Kyiv, crafted with traditional techniques, contemporary twists, and an emphasis on seasonality. One of tonight's offerings, a tomato.
What is this dish called?
We called it like heirloom of tomato.
That is fabulous. There's many, many flavors that I taste. What else is in there, you said?
Honey, it's only juice of tomato.
You made the honey from the tomato juice?
Yes.
I have never had tomato honey.
It's a showcase of the creativity that Delbazi believes is so important.
See you smiling. Why are you smiling? Tell me why, Mirali, because I see the joy.
Yes, in Ukraine there's war, but we can also go be creative in dark time, and here I can use energy for creative something, not for thinking about the war.
Elaine Quijano, CBS News, New York.
Remarkable story.
Great story. Second chance.
Yeah, second chance. We'll have a last look at your forecast coming up.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Badger 5 Double Jackpot Days. If a jackpot is won, there's a 1 in 2 chance that it doubles. This offer is included with every Badger 5 purchase. Only in September. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
I received a call that my granddaughter had been hit. She suffered a serious brain injury and nearly died. The driver should have been in jail. Mandela Barnes supports no cash bail that puts criminals like Daryl Brooks back on the streets. He's more worried about criminals than victims. Mandela Barnes doesn't have the judgment to keep our community safe.
Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
An incomplete victory is how the family describes the charges against an agent in the shooting of Quadrin Wilson, nearly 6 months after the incident. News 3 asks the family what justice they hope to see. Coming up at 5.
Restraint and seclusion are a last resort for managing student behavior, but some say schools are abusing the protocols.
They have all the power. That's not about safety.
Chris Stanford learns why one local family fought back. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
As you can see out there, clearing skies tonight for many of the areas. A few serious clouds out there, but otherwise it's going to drop the temperatures pretty far. We do have a frost advisory up to the north, Juneau, Adams County. Some of those areas could once again get down around 32. Some of those areas actually did get close to that last night. So overall for Madison area around, we're going to see temperatures drop off quickly tonight, and we'll see temperatures fall off into around the low 40s tonight, upper 30s for some of the colder areas. But winds will actually become light and variable. And tomorrow, increasing clouds. We have showers coming in the afternoon, but still getting up to 61. But the winds will be from the south, so it'll feel a little bit different than today. Extended, that's Friday night and Saturday is the bigger chance for rain. We have Sunday, chance of rain too, and absolutely windy conditions, and then we drop off. And then, yes, we may get back to 70 by the end of next week.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right, Craig, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, our canine correspondents, Louie and Oliver, have the best animal stories of the week on the News Hounds.
And we'll meet the last UW-Madison quarterback to beat the Ohio State Buckeyes in Ohio.
2004.
Oh, boy. We'll have that interview coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home with Certa-Queen mattresses from $2.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back. Invest in our own workers and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle-class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Remember this? Forecasts are predicting an unreasonably cold and snowy winter. Now's the time to winter-proof your home with USA Insulation. 35% more efficient than traditional insulation. Our foam in your walls keeps the cold air out and your warm air in. It's like putting a coat around your entire home. Call now before winter and get a $500 early bird discount.
USA Insulation.
Migraine attacks? You can't always avoid triggers like stress. Qulipta can help prevent migraine attacks. You can't prevent what's going on outside. That's why Qulipta helps what's going on inside. Qulipta is a pill, gets right to work to prevent migraine attacks and keeps them away over time. Qulipta blocks CGRP, a protein believed to be a cause of migraine attacks. Qulipta is a preventive treatment for episodic migraine. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and tiredness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Qulipta.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape, Edge, or Explorer and get 0% financing for 66 months.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home with Lazy Boy recliners from $3.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
In today's Final Touch, a treasure trove from a treasured golden girl.
8 decades of memorabilia from the extraordinary life of Betty White going up for auction. Julian's Auction's 3-day event, Property from the Life and Career of Betty White, will take place starting Friday in Beverly Hills as well as online. More than 1,500 lots include White's awards, scripts, wardrobe, and memorabilia from her many films and television shows, including The Mary Tyler Moore Show and, of course, The Golden Girls. Among personal items are furnishings, artwork, and fine jewelry from her homes in Brentwood and Carmel, California. Betty wanted the auction for her fans, so everything is within an affordable price range. Most of the items are from $200 to $600, though the pre-bids are much higher. So that starts on Friday.
And everything is priceless.
It is. It is indeed. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.